hang up on me continuously.
Your calls are going to be you're going to stop talking, you're going to listen. Your calls are limited to what your appeal is about or your filings.
Every single
nonsense that you spew in my office, you're going to be hung up on, including by me. So if you want to,
okay, so is this 12.0? Hey, Carl, is this 12.0 font?
What are you talking about?
You bounced it back for the font. Is it 12.0? Answer the question.
Let's see.
Because it is. Is there a certification at the end? Yes, there is. Okay. Is there double space? Yes, it is. Is it the brief is not yet due? I understand that. You're going to tell me when the brief is due, right? When I'm done, right? And it hasn't happened yet because I'm still filing the same document over and over and over again in the right font that you reject. And you've rejected this thing 5 times for the same reason, which is wrong. A motion for extension of time is not permitted. Yes, it is. Who decided that? Sarah?
What are you looking to extend the filing for?
Because you're telling me if I don't have it in by the 24th that it will be dismissed.
What deadline are you seeking to extend?
The 24th.
For what document?
Excuse me. I don't have 2 of the things I've requested from the Secretary of State.
Extension of time to file your brief. Your brief isn't due.
I didn't file, and I clicked the button that was there. Motion for extension of time. The brief isn't due. I know that. Does it say brief? No, it doesn't. It doesn't say brief. It says motion for extension of time. Then you had me change it and change it and change it and change it and change it. And we don't know who's doing this because it ain't Sarah. It's not Sarah, okay? Because she's not there. Because she doesn't take my call or return it, so she isn't there. You're blaming Sarah. I'm not asking about the brief. You haven't told me the date that the brief is due. We have 2 subpoenas out with Gabby Rosenberg and Scott Bates where they haven't answered. I need the cast vote record. I've talked about this to your entire staff. They don't know what I'm talking about. The cast vote record is required to be FOIA'd by anyone who asks for it. All right, answer the questions when you have time. I'll hold. The certification is there. I'm looking at it.
it says we served Gabe Rosenberg.
Yep.
That's not double-spaced, that paragraph.
You're not looking at version 5. I don't know what you're looking at. I'm looking at version 4. You made me write this thing 5 times. I sent you number 5. I don't know.
Right. So the entire document, so you got a couple problems. Number one, the document's in multiple fonts, so some of them might actually be Arial and some of them aren't. Your certification's missing the addresses of the people that you certified to. So make sure the document's fully Arial. Make sure it's fully double-spaced. Make sure you have the addresses of the people you're certifying it to.
You're not looking at the same version as I am.
I'm looking at the document that was filed, the one that you can view online.
What does it say? Version number what?
I don't know what version it is. Do you have that on your document?
It's CVR number 5. That's the one I filed.
So it's dated 7/4.
No, it's dated 7/6. It's dated 7/6.
So you're looking at a different motion.
Well, it's dated 7/6. It's CR5. I have it.
The document that you asked me about, 233.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but that's not what I filed.
Yeah, well, that is what you filed. So anyway.
Excuse me. Your system goes down every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes. When I put something in and I print it, you don't get it? I don't understand.
The main issue is you filed the motion tells you that this is the wrong motion. The motion for extension time is not permitted due to a delinquency order. Must file motion to set aside the order. So did you do that?
Yeah.
Where's the motion to set aside? What motion number is that?
My friend, I've uploaded these documents 10 times each, okay? I don't know what you're looking at, but my system is right, okay? My system doesn't go down. Yours does. I have no idea. I wasn't able to log in today until now. Why? I don't know. You tell me. Why is your system constantly going down? I have no idea.
I have no reported issues with e-filing at this moment.
Okay, well, I couldn't get on till 10 o'clock.
Okay, well, can you get on now? Can you file a complying motion that corrects the errors in your previous motion?
You're saying I now have to file a what?
I'm not saying anything. You asked me what was wrong with your motion.
Why can't I file an extension of time?
The extension of time is not permitted due to delinquency order.
I'm not delinquent.
So you are.
No. I filed an extension multiple times. I was told that since it was kicked back to me anyway, that I got a 2-week extension. 15-day extension. That's what I was told.
You filed a motion for extension time that was returned on 7/3, it looks like.
I'm told different things by different people. I don't know. They're telling me that when I get it, when you guys kick it back to me, I automatically get 15 days.
If the motion's timely.
It was.
15 days to correct a non-compliant filing.
Okay, so I have everything non-compliant every day, and I work on it every day, and you guys every day kick everything back to me. I have an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that, but so if you want to file something, just make it comply with the rules. It's simple.
I sent you version 5. You're looking at version 3.
So you file. So I can only look at the document that is presented to me in e-filing, which is not the document that you're talking about. So if you want to debate what document it is, we're not going to do that because I'm not.
Okay, I'll send you version 5 again.
You can e-file it, and then if it's the same document,
This is what it says. We are experiencing issues with Safari browser. I don't use Safari browser. At this time, if you are an attorney, self or whatever, use a different browser. You keep telling me, change my browser. I've tried 5 browsers.
I didn't know there were 5 browsers.
Yeah, there are.
Okay. Well, if you want to file the document, please correct correct the errors in it, and
Now, how do I get around it being, what do I have to file since you're saying it's delinquent when it's not?
no, what I'm saying is you received an order because your preliminary papers were delinquent. You have not properly filed them.
I have properly filed them.
But you're missing a designation.
Hold on a second. You're saying it's not 12 font. It is 12 font. You're saying it's not double spaced. It is double spaced.
The document that I'm looking at that you called about is not completely double spaced. There are portions of it that are not. It is not all in Arial. There are portions of it.
Listen, if it's a link, if I put a link in the document, the links don't come up.
To Arial 12 and then do select all and make it double spaced. But you can do whatever it is that you want to correct the document.
You can't do that in this format because it doesn't work. You can't say make the.
Format you're talking about.
You can't tell the document later make this double space. It doesn't work because of the links.
So you have a source document that you saved and made a PDF and then uploaded as you're filing. So just go back to the source document, make the changes, resave as a PDF, and upload the new corrected version.
Okay, I've done that multiple times. And some of these versions are on the 9th one. Okay, this one is on the 5th one.
Okay.
Okay, so you're telling me Sarah's doing this? Impossible.
I'm telling you that your case manager's attorney Howard.
She hasn't. She has not talked to me in 2 weeks, and she's not returned my call.
So you also say that I don't return your calls, and I
Yeah.
do. So, and I've heard Sarah talk to you. I asked Sarah about it. She talks to you. She returns your calls. As I said before, we're not going to return calls that are unrelated to your appeal. So if you want to call and talk about election fraud in Germany and things like that, there's nothing we can help you with that.
I haven't talked to you about that ever.
Except you did last time I spoke when I discontinued.
No, you read the document and you just quoted something that never occurred because you hung up on me last time. I was only on for a minute.
Yeah, because you started talking about German election influence or whatever it was, so I terminated the phone call because it was unrelated to your appeal and I can't provide assistance on that.
Hold on a
If
second.
you don't remember that?
All my documents are in 12 font, and everything you return says that, which is wrong.
Okay. So the document that you called about specifically is not in 12-point font completely. Some portions of it probably are 12-point Arial. The problem is that it all is not in 12-point Arial. So make that correction as well as the other corrections, and the document will be properly filed.
Okay, so what's...
If you don't want to follow the rules, that's up to you, but the documents will be continued to be returned.
Okay, so what is the problem with the Word document that's called Designation of Contents of the Clerk Appendix? What's wrong with that one? Because I've worked on that. I'm on my 9th version of that.
You filed 5 of them, so which one?
I'm on my 9th version. I sent them all to you, and you only show 5.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So the most recent one filed...
Do you have 1218, 718?
So, looks like someone was filed on 7/19 called Designation of Clerk Appendix.
No, it's dated 718, the one I sent you last.
Okay, so there's
What's the date on the one you're looking at?
7/15.
Okay, I sent you 718.
Right, so the problem is, like, I can only look at the things you file.
Well, they don't upload.
There's another one, Designation of the Clerk Appendix, dated 7/14.
Yep.
Here's one dated 7/15.
Okay, so what's the most recent one? What is the problem with that? I'll write it down.
The most recent one?
Yeah.
The most recent one was filed on, I'll tell you, it was filed on 7/19 at 2:31 p.m. The most recent designation of the Clerk Appendix. So I opened the document. It's dated 7/15/23.
Okay.
In here, it doesn't designate any documents. Let's see, what are some of the highlights from the document? So
What is wrong with the filing? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so it doesn't designate any documents. It just...
They're all PDFs. They're all attached.
Here's a sentence. Poll books is connected town clerks by Connecticut Education Network.
Correct.
Is that a document in the trial court file?
It's in the PDF right on the document.
Mark Zuckerberg. Like, so where are the documents?
The documents are PDFs. They're connected to the document.
So the documents that you're required to designate are the ones in the trial court file.
I did. I designated many. But it's not enough to hear. They didn't hear. They never went to trial. How are you going to look at the evidence? How are you going to look at the evidence?
The documents that are in your trial court file, that's what the court is looking for.
I already did that. That's all in there.
For example,
that's all in there.
Motion 179, motion C file. This is your motion, writ of habeas corpus, common law remedy. I don't know what your appeal's about.
It was never heard. It was never heard. Hey,
are relevant to your appeal.
Hey, you're talking, okay? The habeas corpus was never heard. That's a felony. Okay? That has to be heard.
I'm just picking out a sample document. I'm not interested in debating the merits of the document itself. But I'm saying what documents you need to designate. Your designation doesn't designate any documents in the trial court file. It just says random things.
Yes, it does designate them. Look at paragraph 61. The case flow request.
Paragraph 61. Okay.
Paragraph 64 is document 117.
Okay, so you need to, 61, yes, you can designate document 117, but you can't designate law firm KDW Andrew Pritchard signed my U.S. Senate petition was blocked by defendant. Like, that's not a document that we can pick, that we can put in the court.
Excuse me. It says in the instructions that if I don't put the document, if I don't list the thing in here, that they're not going to hear it.
All you're doing is pointing out the highlights in the trial court file that you want the court to look at. It's not for taking things from outside the record or for some narrative.
There was no trial. There was no trial. How are you going to hear something if there was no trial? It was dismissed. It was dismissed illegally.
What documents are relevant? So it's limited to what's on and what's been filed in the trial court. So that's documents, 100.3 to 196.00. So designate those if those are what relevant to your appeal. These other things are not proper designations. Any other questions?
No, I mean, you're not. I want the things. I want the PDFs used beyond the trial court. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's the evidence that the trial court didn't hear.
Okay, we'll submit a complying document, and we'll make sure it's filed with. It won't be returned. If you submit non-complying documents, they get returned. That's just how it works. We have rules to follow.
Okay, so what?
We're just talking in circles now.
Yes, we are.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, this has to be accepted. I don't understand why you're not accepting it.
We won't. The clerk's office will accept documents that comply with the practice book. We don't just accept things because you tell us to. They have to comply with the rules.
Excuse me. If you don't look at the contracts for the state, we're not going to get anywhere. The contracts say the state uses GEMS. GEMS is the software that hacks the other states.
Okay, so designate what trial court pleading that is, and it'll be fine.
It's not in the trial court.
Well, then it's not. This is a reviewing court.
It's in the complaint.
Outside evidence.
It's in the complaint.
Then designate the complaint.
I did.
Only designate the complaint.
I did designate.
To it.
Do you show me designating the complaint?
Your designation is 30 pages. Typically, these are 1 or 2 pages.
Okay. Well.
So, limit to what was.
Excuse me. Connecticut hacked 20 states. I've only talked about one of them so far.
Okay.
So I need 150 more pages.
The scope of your appeal. So unless you have any other questions about your appeal or your filings, I'm going to say goodbye.
Okay. I got nowhere. Thanks.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Twin.
Bye.
Be a little cooler up there in August. Right up to Lake George, which is but it's high, it's my anniversary too. Okay, right.
You've reached Sarah Howard at the Appellate Supreme Court Clerk's office. I'm unavailable to take your call. If you leave your name, number, and a detailed message, I will return your call. If you need immediate assistance, please call the main number at 860-757-2200 and press 7 to speak with one of the paralegals. Thank you.
Sarah, Carl says you've been calling me back, which is totally a total lie. So I looked at the designation of the contents of the clerk appendix, and it only has one message, missing certification, which is on there. So it qualifies, and it needs to be accepted. Not acceptable what's happening here. Sorry, the return on designation of my contents of the clerk appendix, which is for 46604, has only one error message saying missing certification, okay? It says I'm only missing one thing. But it's on there. It's at the very bottom. It's the last thing. So why isn't it accepted if the only error message is that it's doesn't... I just...
Did you use the form?
I took the form, I copied it, I cut and pasted it into the document. Yes, I used the entire form in the document. Yes.
Well, the only thing I see uploaded as a designation is the document that you actually typed up yourself, which you can do. Well, that was filed. Why did that say that?
The version you're looking at, what does it say at the top? Is it version number 8?
I'm looking at the one that you typed up yourself. That's the one I'm looking at.
Okay, the one I just uploaded because Carl asked me to?
I don't see that uploaded. Let me refresh just in case it may pop up. Wait a minute. No. I do not see that uploaded. If it gave you an error message on your end, is there's probably something, was this...
Hold on, does it say version 8 on the one you're looking at the top?
The one I'm looking at I just told you. The one that I'm looking at is the one that you drafted yourself in the Word document.
Yes.
You uploaded. I'm not looking at the one, what was done on the form, so you received an error message on your end, so...
I don't have an error message.
Well, the one that uploaded was the one that you drafted yourself.
Yeah, I took, as I said, I cut and pasted from the document.
I said the one that we received is the one...
I want the one I crafted myself.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. There's only one error message, and it says that it's not certified.
So what did the error message say?
It says missing certification, but it's there.
On the form or on the document you typed?
The document you showed me isn't 12 font.
If you'll be quiet just a little bit and listen to the question, then you can answer the question properly. The error message that you're receiving, did you receive that because of the form or of what you typed up that you were going to upload?
I didn't get an error message. I printed what I sent you, and it's in my hand. You're going down a road I don't know. I didn't get an error message.
That's what you said. You got an error message because of the certifications.
No. I said it was returned saying there was no certification.
I don't see a return on the designation. That was yesterday.
Yesterday.
And then you just filed something today. Refiled something today.
Correct.
So it's refiled.
It's refiled, and
The one that you're talking about was yesterday.
The one you're looking at. Does it say 8 on the top? Number 8.
It says version 8 under the date.
Yes, that's the one. That has
Uploaded.
everything. Carl's telling me,
It was uploaded.
Carl's reading me a date that's 5 days ago.
I am just answering the question. It's uploaded as of today's day. And
Okay.
I see the version 8. That's all I'm answering.
Okay, good. That's the one that should work. Thanks. I have a question. I filed multiple motions for summary judgment against a defendant in my case. Why haven't they been heard?
Who's calling?
I'm John Flynn.
Hello, this is Jonathan Boobar speaking.
Hi. I filed multiple. It's Johnny Flynn. I filed multiple motions for summary judgment for failure to appear against Catherine Wall. Why hasn't it been done?
What's the docket number of the case?
FST CV 22-502-7404-S. By the way, where are the multiple summonses that were added when the writ was updated?
I don't know.
Well, they were with it. And why don't those defendants appear in the screen as defendants? You only have 5. There's 640.
I think the summons that was originally filed. Let me see here.
Well, you got to get it from the marshal. That's who I paid to do it. Where's my money? How come this isn't working?
I see. Let me see here. So there's.
You don't give me 30,000 back. Why don't you do that?
4 defendants are listed on the summons.
5.
5?
Catherine Wall.
Yeah, I see Catherine Wall's in there.
Yeah. Why don't I have a summary judgment against her? Tell me why. I've asked for it 9 times.
Which motion for summary judgment should I be looking at?
Oh, there's like 5 in a row.
Let me see here.
140 to 145. I don't know. She's in there somewhere. They're all together.
Let me open them up. I'll take a look.
Why haven't these things occurred? These people, by law, had to respond to this lawsuit.
Right.
You guys didn't do it. You guys are just manufacturing this case, and you guys denied the subpoena, the federal subpoena I gave you. Really? How? I gave you guys a federal subpoena, and you objected. Well, guess...
I don't know anything about that.
I handed it to Ryan Flanagan. You don't know anything about it. You were there.
No, Brian has not told me about any federal subpoenas. I'm not aware of any federal subpoenas.
You guys have it. You didn't answer it. I gave the civil clerk and the criminal clerk federal subpoenas, and you guys didn't answer it. You guys are fired. I mean, you can't not answer a federal subpoena. Who do you think you are?
We can talk about that, but I just want to do it.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. You guys stole my election.
Alright, so 140 to 144, those never printed on a calendar.
Why? I marked it ready 18 times.
You can only mark something ready when it's already printed to the calendar.
Well, why didn't you mark it to the calendar?
You didn't file a claim form.
I filed everything.
For whatever reason, motions...
Where's my civil summons? Tell me now.
Well, right now we're talking about the summary judgment motion.
Yeah, I marked that thing ready for her 5 times at least.
No, but I understand that, but you marked it ready, but you called the phone line and marked it ready, but it was never on the calendar. You can only mark it ready when it's on the calendar.
Why didn't you put him on the calendar?
I can't do it unilaterally.
Excuse me. You guys violated a federal subpoena.
Okay, we gotta...
You didn't mark anything ready. Nothing. None of my motions have ever been heard. None.
I can address...
Hold on a second. I filed 300 cases, and none of them have been heard. Not one.
The summary judgment, I can't address everything at once.
I have no rights. You guys have stolen them. I want my day in court. You stole $50 million, okay? $50 million, right? And then you blocked every case, and you had no hearings. Not one. Not one. Then when I ran for office, you blocked that too. You guys need to go to jail, because I'm done. Look at what it says here. 44 U.S. Code 3106. Destruction of records. Yeah, guess what? The entire election from 2020 is missing at the state of Connecticut. They made Trump president. They took Trump's presidency away and gave it to Biden. And I can prove it, because I have all the hacks. And you guys covered it up. Then I gave you a subpoena, and you guys rejected it. Really? You committed the largest fraud in American history, and you're sitting there messing around with my crap. I don't get it. I want a summary judgment for $10 million today.
I John,
Yeah.
I'm
Hey.
going out. I'll be back
Cool.
around 2 or so.
I'm making progress. We'll see.
Huh?
I'm making progress, I think. We'll see.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
I'm going to have lunch with my friend Deb from the rating group, Claire.
Okay, cool.
I'll be back. Are you going to be around, or are you going to...
I have a job. I gotta go to it, yeah.
What time?
They're not home, and I'm supposed to go today, so I was hoping to go by 1. It's 11:30.
I'll be here when you get back.
Cool. Now the court lost our summonses.
What?
Our summonses for the court case, they lost them.
Again?
Yeah.
They're doing it on purpose. It's not a loss. They're supposing them. Using the wrong word. Yeah. You're up against a tough nut there, kid.
How's it going?
How's it going with you?
Buried. The clerk lost lost hundreds of documents in the election case. They can't find them. I think it's intentional.
How do they lose them? I don't understand that.
There's civil summonses.
So how does the clerk lose them?
How did the clerk refuse a federal subpoena?
Yeah, how did they do that?
They
I
don't.
want to tell you this little story right now.
Go ahead,
Okay.
go.
The town clerk in Manchester,
Yeah.
his name was Darrell. He passed away
Okay.
suddenly, okay? So the town of Manchester doesn't have a town clerk. The town clerk, this is a public election for a town clerk, okay? Town clerks don't get appointed, okay? All right? So here's what's going on. They're trying to change the rules where, the board can appoint a town clerk, and they can't do that. Okay, this is what's going on in Manchester now. This was the clown that was supposed to meet with me. Now, Sherry, okay, who is in the Republican Party, okay, and she works for the town of Manchester, she ran for office. She's a fucking CPA and everything else, okay? But, as usual, because of all the election fraud that went on in this state, okay? Because, see, you look at the person that's got the most qualifications for this job, okay? So, a lot of people voted for her, but they voted for Darrell because he was a Democrat, okay? And he had to go into training because he doesn't even know what the hell he was doing to be the town clerk. But he ran for office on the... So like I'm saying to you, once again, a person that don't even have the qualifications to really do this job. So the idiots, because, they just vote, oh, that's a Democrat, we're all Democrats, so we're just going to vote for him, okay? It's where the person that should have got elected, okay, would have done the job with flying colors because that's a public official. And it's the clerk, not the assistant clerk, the clerk that has to sign off on stuff like mine. When I filled out all that paperwork over and over again to the town of Manchester, the town attorney knows all about this, the general manager knows all about this, but the clerk was never there, and the clerk is the one that has to contact me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that just never got done. You know, oh, well, you know, I'm new at this job. Yeah. So, how do I want to say this? It's like putting a brain surgeon in the surgery room with a person that don't even fucking have any experience, and they're going to operate on someone's brain. You know, I mean, how much light can I pour on that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's off the wall, okay? And what they're all saying now, down on the board, because everybody that's on the board is an elected official too, but the Democrats on the board hold the majority over the Republicans. The person that ran against him should automatically be put in that job. So what they're doing is they're just having town meetings to try to iron this out where, oh, they can just appoint whoever they want. But they all want her in there except for the Democrats. Bullshit. Total fucking bullshit. You know?
Yep.
So anyway, back to the other thing. Bozo the Clown Marshall, okay, you got to understand this. No one can access my credit reports without going through me because they're all locked out because of all the stuff that's been done to me in identity theft. So what he did to, I guess, attempt to cover his ass, instead of going to the court, he went to Robinson and gave him the paper that, you know, he couldn't find any information out about me. Well, the only way you'd have to be able to find out any information about me is you have to come to my house. You don't just come to my house and leave the fucking paperwork in the fucking door. You served me incorrectly. Plus the case is vacated. And he got that stuff sent to him more than once, and he was his text messages back to me. Who are you? I don't know who you are. And I said,
I'm the guy you served.
Kenneth Collins. Okay? And you verified that too. So my biggest issue with him is, okay, where do you get off charging $3,000